Hi guys, it's Omega, and I wanted to come on really quick to show you something on the last set of folders I got of Anna Griffin's were called the Garden Embossing Collection or something like that. But if you remember, I had two dies that look like this. This is the rose, and that's the die for the leaves. And this is the folder that those dies go with. Let's see, I have something you can see it with. You probably can't see it very good, but that's the folder. The flower is on here. It's a rose and the leaf. So this is how it looks once you've cut the rose out with the die and then putting it in the embossing folder to emboss it. And it takes some time to get that done. To me, I would have made the dies where you simply cut it and emboss it all in one run. But I'll show you how that worked. I'm going to get my Big Shot over here. So on the embossing folder, however, you need to place the leaf in the folder right over that image that's going to be embossed. And what you'll notice is the die cut is slightly larger than the image. I'm going to show you if you can see it. It's not easy to get a good view of that, but it's tricky to get it in there for one. So it's slightly larger, and you simply allow it to outline the leaves. You hold on to that really tight and run it through the Big Shot. And I'm just going to run it through enough to emboss that one area and bring it back out. And you'll see that it embossed the leaf. And actually that is a perfect one. Perfectly embossed. And you see the little edges around, a little bit of offset around the leaf. So that's the leaf, and then you do the same thing for the rose. You line up the rose image. You have to kind of play with it to get the right angle. Okay, here it is. And again, the die cut is going to be just slightly, and it's ever so slightly larger than the image on the folder. And you close the folder, holding it really tight. You run it through. To emboss it. And you have an embossed rose. So it's a two-step process. You have to cut it with your die and then emboss it, and you have the rose. So what I'm going to do, what I did on my practice piece, the first two I showed you, I'm going to move my Big Shot out of the way here. Okay, on my first two pieces I showed you, it was on just plain regular cardstock. And then this is where I had embossed the, just ran a piece through the embossing folder. And I also did the border here. And then just now, as I cut out these images, I actually used some paper that you use for Copic, for the alcohol markers. And so this paper is what I used. I just cut a piece large enough to cut the die. And so what I'm going to do now is color just the leaf and the rose. And I might color the border here. and I'm going to put a card together, and I'll be right back to show you what I come up with. Okay guys, I'm back. I colored my rose, the leaf, and I actually colored the border also. And what I'm going to do is cut this border. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm back to show you what I came up with here. So I colored my leaf cutout, the rose, and I mean, it's not a perfect coloring job. I just wanted to see what would happen here, what I can come up with. And then this is the border. And I happen to like coloring, and you know, hope to get better at it. I've colored some other images, but this is just practice, just to work with the dies and see what I come up with here. So what I'm going to do here is just make a card front out of this. I'm going to take the rose and the leaf and pop it up a little bit. Now these are some of the Stampin' Up! Dimensional stickers, and they're not real thick, as you can notice. I think they're about 1/8 of an inch or something like that, so it won't pop up real high, but just enough to stand off of the card backing to give it a little dimension. I don't think I'm going to pop the border up though, but let's see what we have here. So I'm going to put the rose over the image that it matches on the embossed page here. And so I'm just going to turn it to match the rose that's there. Do the same thing with the leaf. And there are so many ways you can actually color these background folders. You know, you can color them actually by using a brayer to put color on your folder. But that is how that looks popped up on that card front. And I think on the border I'm just going to adhere that directly to the card front here. And then what I would do, I haven't cut out anything, but what I would do on this is what the card front turns out to look like. And what I would do is just put a sentiment right here. Just a small label sentiment. I haven't done anything yet, but I might just make this a birthday card. And if you'll notice, I put a pink mat on the back there. And I would put that on just a card. And there you have a card front. So that's what I did with the Anna Griffin garden folder, the dies. And I showed you how I embossed the dies. And so on the debossed, I used a deeper color pink. On the embossed part, I used the light. The same on the leaves. I used a different color for the debossed part of the leaves than the outside. On the border there, I didn't make too much color difference. I just colored the pink and green just to kind of match. So that's what I came up with this folder and die set. So I finished this card and I made it a birthday card. You can never have enough birthday cards. So there's a birthday card. I went ahead and put the sentiment on. Have a nice background, have your rose. And I haven't done anything on the inside of the card, but there you are. That's a finished card using the Anna Griffin Garden Collection of folders and the dies. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.